Good morning. I'm Cheryl Reichert, Director at Herndon Career Center, and it is my extreme pleasure to introduce Chuck Crume to you all. Chuck is one of our evening custodians at Herndon, and this is his most favorite thing to do, to stand up in front of people and be recognized, right? Chuck is no stranger to the Raytown School District. He graduated from Raytown South a few years ago, and then we were lucky enough to be able to have Chuck work with us in the summer a couple of years ago, and then encourage him to make the switch from Raytown South Middle to Herndon Career Center, and he is an incredibly valued employee within our staff, and we are so grateful that he is with us. When I ask for nominations this year, usually I get a variety of nominations for Support Staff of the Year because we have a pretty darn good team at Herndon, and I'm very proud of all of them. This year was a little bit different because his name just kept coming up over and over and over again. And so it was awesome to see all the wonderful comments that staff had to say about Chuck and his deserving this honor to be recognized as our Support Staff Employee of the Year. Although Chuck mainly works in the evening, his impact is felt every single day at Herndon Career Center. Sometimes he doesn't quite know it, but the way that he takes care of our building and making sure that it is meticulous, it is meeting the need of every student, it is clean, it is presentable, that allows our students to focus on learning, and our visitors that come to Herndon to really focus on the task at hand and not being worried about why the floor is dirty or why there's something on the railing. All of that is taken care of because Chuck takes the initiative to really seek out the extra things that he can do to make sure that Herndon Career Center is looking as good as it possibly can. Chuck has this area at Herndon Career Center that he is responsible for on a daily basis, and he gets to work with some very unique personalities. So Chuck's areas include cosmetology, where you might see him hand scraping the floor for now, in the cosmetology space in the summer to try to get all the color out of the tile. He works with our construction teacher where they have a house in the middle of the learning space. He works with welding, and if Brian Wise has been around for a long time, and he has a lot of things to work around in there, as well as auto tech and diesel. But Chuck doesn't just take care of those spaces. I'm so grateful that we hopefully are out of the ice phase, because I think Chuck has probably chipped away more ice this winter than he ever wants to think about seeing again. But he comes to work, puts his head down every single day, and makes sure that the space that we have to operate in is as good as it possibly can be, because he wants to make sure that students and staff feel supported in everything that they do. He truly is an incredible role model for our students that we are trying to instill work ethic in on a daily basis in all of our programs. He's not afraid to do the hard stuff. That's exactly what one of our employees said. So I'd just like to share a few things that they said. Chuck's always here doing the hard stuff nobody wants to do. He wants to make sure all is done for staff and students, even at his own expense. Chuck is always willing to go above and beyond and help everyone here on campus. Chuck is great about building relationships with staff. These are my words now. And he knows exactly the way that every staff member with their unique little personalities wants things taken care of in their space. And he's not afraid to work really hard to get those spaces to the places that our staff would like them to be. As one of our staff members shared, he's just an all-around great guy. On a very rare occasion, will you ever hear Chuck say anything that is slightly negative, such as, I wish the weather wasn't so bad. But normally, Chuck is an incredibly positive guy, and I said something to him about the weather changing. He's like, it's all right. It's going to be okay. 40s are good. That's great. And so that is the personality and the positivity that he brings to Herndon on a daily basis, and we are incredibly thankful for everything that he does for our students and staff.